Welcome back to ECOSTRESS tutorials. This tutorial will teach you how to use a Python code to apply cloud masks to a batch of ECOSTRESS images. Let's start by making sure we have everything we need downloaded. I downloaded this batch cloud mask code from the ECOSTRESS tutorials GitHub. I'll make sure to put this link in the description. I also downloaded ECOSTRESS data from the Appears website. I downloaded two different products, the land surface temperature product and the cloud mask product. They're both in this folder. Now, let's create a project folder by right-clicking and selecting New Folder. Name this in a way so that you know that it's the project folder. Now, let's move both the downloaded code and the ECOSTRESS data into the project folder. Now, let's open the project folder and right-click to create a new folder. This folder will be for our outputs, so name it accordingly. Now, let's open Visual Studio Code. To get connected to our project folder, select File, Open Folder. Once you have your project folder, select Open. In the Explorer tab, find the Batch Cloud Mask code and click on it to open it. It should look something like this. If you want to know more about what each line of the code does, look for the comments. Comments are these green texts that have a hashtag in front of them. Comments do not affect how the code is run, but provide more information for readers. Now, let's find the section of the code titled Set Constants for the project. Look for the variable called Input Directory. Here you will see red text that says, replace this text with folder path. Let's do this by going to the ECOSTRESS data, which is our input directory, and right-clicking and selecting Copy Path. Now you can paste this in. Make sure that there's still an R in front of the path and it is still wrapped in quotes. Next, look for the variable titled Output Directory. Find the red text that says replace this text with folder path. Now, let's right-click on our output directory and select Copy Path. Now we can paste that in. Once again, make sure there's an R and it's wrapped in quotes. Now the code should be set up to run with your images. Scroll back to the top and find the section titled Import the libraries we need to apply the cloud mask. Click into the code and press Shift and Enter to run it. A pop-up will appear prompting you to pick the Python environment. Select Python environments, then select ECOSTRESS, or you can select another environment if you have a different one you would like to use. You'll see the seconds counting up, and you'll know it's done running when a green check mark appears. Continue this process of running each block of code in order from top to bottom by clicking into the module with the code and pressing Shift and Enter to run. This part of the code will return a table with the date and time of the image, the LST file path, the cloud file path, and finally the output mask file name. This part of the code will return the name of the masked file and its missing proportion. If the missing proportion is too high, it will give you a message saying, low quality scene, skipping this file. Once your code has run, make sure the files have been saved correctly. You can do this by going to the Outputs folder and making sure that the files are there. If you don't want it to skip images where 50% or more of the pixels are missing, or if you uploaded a shapefile to Appears that is non-rectangular, you may want to comment out this part of the code. You can do so by highlighting it, and pressing Command /. This will make it so it no longer skips images with a high percentage of missing pixels. Then you can proceed with the code as normal. Thank you for watching this ECOSTRESS tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. For more trainings, tutorials, and information, including a written version of this tutorial and its associated code, go to ecostress.jpl.nasa.gov/documents, which will be linked in the description.